Welcome back, folks, to some more Callahan's Crosstime Saloon. We're trying to get the curse so that we can enter the club where Piotr is staying. We've done taking everything we can from Piotr's belongings, and his butler's getting quite pissed at us anyway, so let's go ahead and leave.
Right here, sir.
Let's go back to town.
I'm not a vampire, you know.
I know, sir. You set me straight on that, sir.
And you believe me.
Why shouldn't I believe you, sir?
You don't act like you believe me.
My apologies, sir. I'll try to act differently. Right here, sir.
Well, let's go downtown.
Straight away, sir.
The trap trundles townward. The trap screeches to a halt in the middle of town.
Out you go, sir.
He steps down, opens the door, gets in the carriage with you, grabs you by the shoulders, shakes you violently, stuffs you into the window, gets out, pulls you through from the other side, shakes you out.
That's got it, sir. See you by and by. I'll be resting right here when you're done.
You would make a good masseuse. That was surprisingly pleasant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yellow chalk there. Let's write help. I have no head. Now our money doesn't work here, so we need to get their money. So let's beg by the barrel here. The other beggars say, that's usually Cameron's spot, but he has the night off. Go ahead, try your luck. You take them at their word and squat next to the barrel. Put the box on your head. With the box on your head, you can't see shit. You reach around the front and open the flaps. You still can't see anything, but in the dim light it appears to the bystanders, even those very close, that there is no head on your shoulders, only an empty box. Passerbys begin to comment. A few of them actually gasp. Oh my, this is the most pitiful of all.
Give him money, he'll just spend it on.
On what? Hats? These are fake. He had a head a minute ago. Yeah, but you gotta give him an A for execution. You hear the footsteps receding. After a few moments, you close the box and remove it. Then you collect the coins and stand up again. Alright, so now we have Bani. Goodly number of bani. Enough to get you anything you might need. See? Begging does pay, folks. When I grow up, I want to be a fucking beggar. Crowded, musty, quiet. This store reminds you of the five and dimes of old. Close kin to the stationery stores you used to visit as a young man. The thousands of items fill every available nook and cranny. They all look as if they've been sitting here for decades. card tattoo. Oh, I like the pumpkin head up here. Alright. The clerk looks a little crazy.
Can I get you?
Pardon me?
I said, what can I get you?
Let's see.
Do people ever comment on your complexion issues?
No, but everyone always asks me if anybody else comments on it. How can I serve you?
I'm looking for somebody named Piotr. You know him?
Do you have a last name?
Stonebender.
And who are you looking for?
Piotr.
Does he have a last name?
I don't know. Florescu, maybe? He lives in Castle Florescu.
Wow, I thought it was a theme restaurant now. I don't think I know him. You want me to keep an eye out for him?
Please.
No problem. Which one should I take?
I thought we were speaking figuratively.
Oh, well, can't blame a guy for trying.
A rack full of temporary tattoos hangs on the wall. They depict body parts, reptiles, insects, vehicles, and various geometric shapes. I think we want the pentacle, right? Or pentagram. Pentacle is a star, a pentagram is an upside down star. Big difference.
You know how to get these off?
Soap and water?
You have to chew off the part of your body that's got the tattoo. Here, put one on your foot and I'll show you how to do it.
No.
You wisely decide not to put the tattoo on in front of the clerk. He's certainly champing at the bit. Trying to remain casual and cavalier, you read the instructions on the bag of the package and pull open the plastic. Licking your palm in an ironically animalistic fashion, you then press a tattoo against your hand and hold it there for 30 seconds, applying even pressure. Finally, you peel off the backing and blow gently on the beautiful, perfect tattoo.
I like it.
Whoa. Crazy.
Tor, who you?
What's this about needing a curse to get in?
Must have mark of curse.
I've already got one, you see?
Tor no see curse mark.
Well, what does one look like?
Shaped like, hey. Tor very stupid, Tor not that stupid.
Alright, guess we're going back to the gypsy to get the real mark.
Where are we off to, sir?
To the old gypsy woman's place, as fast as lightning.
You can't read the driver's expression, but from the way he fails to engage you in idle banter during the trip, you get the feeling he's not too happy to be taking you on this particular trip. The driver whips the horses into a frenzy. Now that he knows the route to the old gypsy woman's place, you make the trip in half the time. Once the horses have stopped, you get out of the trap and walk up to the wagon.
So?
I think I'm a werewolf. See?
Is that a lovely pentagram? They're usually just a lot of little whiteheads in sort of a five-pointed star shape. But this is beautiful. Mr. Eisenstadt, did you see his pentagram?
I saw it. It's beautiful.
What else do I need?
I'm not so sure the wolfbane is in bloom.
You pull out the wolfsbane blossom and hand it to the old haggard bitch.
Wonderful. You have any silver?
I'm not sure.
Try me.
Will these do?
You give the palming coins to the gypsy, and her eyes sparkle.
Wonderful, wonderful.
She makes an entry into her ledger and then takes a jar off the shelf. It's filled with a blackish, brownish flush like putty. She molds it carefully for several minutes using a toothpick for fine details. Painting a spot on your temple with thick green, pungent-smelling liquid, she presses the little curse mark into your skin.
I can feel it taking root.
That shows it's working.
She shines a small, blue, high-intensity bulb at it for a few moments, then dabs away at the excess green growth medium with her handkerchief, moistened with
Stop
slime.
that.
Now listen to me. Don't get this wet for at least 4 hours. Don't pick at it. Usually that'll make it come off, but sometimes they burrow down to get away from your finger. And don't shave it. Now run along. Go to your bar or wherever it is you're going.
Thank you. See you later.
You will, you will.
The trap slows to a halt in the town square. The driver opens the top of the trap, reaches down and grabs you by the nape of your neck. He lifts you easily out of the trap and half lowers, half tosses you onto the ground. He smiles and reminds you that he'll be waiting. Curiously, being lifted by the back of the neck didn't hurt at all. And if you tried grabbing the back of the neck to see if it hurts, give yourself an extra 10 points. If you only thought about it, just give yourself 5 points.
You tore friend, tore like.
I think you would really benefit from Schoolhouse Rock. Conjunctions are very useful for hooking up words, phrases, and clauses.
Tor hooked on phonics. You have curse mark.
You proudly show him your curse mark. He examines it closely and is evidently satisfied, because he steps aside and holds the door open for you. You pull open the split door and experience the most intense deja vu of your young life. You instantly feel as if you were in Callahan's on Halloween, with everybody in costume, and the only night when Mike turns the lights down low. Curiously, you can't remember if Callahan's is packed on holidays or if it's empty. Seems you remember it both ways. Besides the subdued lighting, the next most obvious difference is the smell, which is heavy and coppery. The aroma of fresh blood. Callahan smells more like sawdust and beer. But despite the small and intimidating crowd, the atmosphere is one of conviviality. You hear a lot of laughter and storytelling. You see a lot of belligerent-looking carnivores listening attentively to creatures who can easily constitute snack time instead. With the spirit of Callahan's place palpably present, you realize that this place's namesake, Casimir, may come from the same place and time as Mike. Even might be related. Hell, they could even be the same person, although you doubt Mike would send you here if he were making the trip himself. It's a homunculus. Unfortunately, the homunculus seems more interested in selling you tickets. General admission to Walpurgis night, cruise tickets on the River Styx, bus tickets to Detroit, and similar trips into the bowels of hell. It's Liz and Richard, a vampiress and a vampire. Phil! Most bouncers only aspire to look this tough. This guy looks like he comes by his striking physique naturally. Some giant fucking Fugato, a mummy and an elf, and a hag, and Hey, who's this guy from Star Wars? A demoness and a werewolf. Grim Reaper Man. A gigantic mouse with a little pig. A wanderer. Little fucking mutants and another golem. The witch and the sullen man. I'm not sure at first, but yes, that's Piotr. He looks listless, pale, and far less energetic than usual.
Well, 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 it's the man who wears the star.
You assume he's talking about your pentagram.
The big, bright Texaco star.
What's he getting at?
Can I trust my car to you? Or don't you do brakes?
It lands like a blow to the groin with a spiked tennis racket. Having a drunk friend say something that socks you in the gut is no surprise. Alcohol and despondence make a great glass cleaner for the window and the soul, especially for the basement window.
If you're here to pay your last respects, I'm already dead.
Piotr, dear Piotr, come home with me now.
No.
You're being very childish.
I know you are, but what am I?
God damn you, Piotr, I'll see you in hell.
Last one in's a rotten egg.
I come all the way from America to see you, and what do I get? Smart mouth comments.
You know, Jake, you're such an old gypsy woman sometimes. I'm going to drink till sunup, and then you know what's going to happen?
You'll shrivel like a prune until you're a corpse.
No. Again.
You'll turn into a man-shaped pile of dust.
Nope. Guess again.
You'll fade away until you vanish completely.
Nope.
I give up.
I'm going to turn into a pile of dust in the shape of a man.
Didn't I guess that?
No. So I appreciate your following me here, but
game
my
is awesome.
maid is mind up. Now, let me drink in peace.
Game has awesome humor. And the fucking detail and the monsters and shit, I love it. So need to get me a copy of this again. In fact, I'm going to look on eBay right now. Alright, so Piotr will not leave with us, which is a problem. You ask the elf if he needs any help, but the elf declines. So much for God help those who help them elves. This Fugato is one of those creatures who believes you can think harder if you hit and scratch your head. You get to converse with the Grim Reaper Man. He stops fiddling with his cards, looks up at you and smiles. Although the smile is genuine, the overall effect chills you down to the marrow. You're too nervous to talk to the werewolf. You're afraid that he'll put your foot in his mouth. The demoness just keeps hitting you up for Visine. For some reason, you just can't see yourself trying to talk to an invisible man. The pig-stealing riddle was going to earn us a slap on the wrist from the computer game's rating board, so we removed it.
Welcome,
It's a phenomenal place you got here.
Kazimir Pajitnov, owner and operator.
He offers you his beefy right hand.
Jake Stonebender, pleased to meet you. You know, this place reminds me a lot of a bar in the United States.
Long Island?
That's right.
Oh, next time you see Mike, tell him Casimir sends his best, won't you?
I will.
Terrific. If I can do anything for you, just scream. Right here.
You've known Piotr for a long time, I take it.
Longer than I like to dwell on. I knew him back when he was knee-high to a knee, I guess.
What happened when he left Transylvania? What happened with the woman?
I hate to say, because I know you're trying to help him, but we have a sort of rule around here that you don't pry. You figure when someone wants to tell you, he'll tell you.
I'm not asking you to break any confidences.
And it's not like I'm invisible either, or maybe I am. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
See? I forgot everything I ever learned about being a magician. Or a ninja.
Sorry, Jake, but it doesn't matter. He'll tell you what he wants to tell you when he's ready. Till then, it won't matter. Can't help a guy who doesn't want to be helped.
You've always accepted this as truth. But you also think back to Tommy Jensen. By the time he knew he needed help, he was too unconscious to ask for help. Fortunately, he got help without having to ask for it.
In his frame of mind, I'm worried it's going to be too late before he asks for help.
You're keeping an eye on him. That's all you need to do.
Kick him in his fucking nuts.
Right here.
How long has Casimir's been here?
Next year will be 125 years in the same location. And most of the regulars are the same ones we started with.
You must have met some very famous people.
For a time, about 40, 50 years ago, when Hollywood discovered us, yes, we had a lot of actors coming in, researching their roles. Used to have their pictures covering the walls.
Stop kicking me out of conversation.
You've known Fyodor for a long time, I take it.
Longer than I like to dwell on. I knew him back when he was knee-high to a knee, I guess.
What can I do to help him?
I think you're on the right track.
He doesn't usually drink like this.
See if you can get him to go for a walk with you. Maybe clear his head a little. I'm not sure his being here is helping you. Right here.
You've known Fyodor
longer.
What happened to the rest of his family?
I didn't know the rest of Fyodor's family. They didn't come in much. And Fyodor never really said much about them. I don't think he approved of their line of business.
How about if you just throw him out?
What? Didn't you ever see It's a Wonderful Life?
Martini, don't you know me? Oh, Mammy.
Start to say something to the beast. The doc's words ring in your memory. Never interrupt someone whose mouth is bigger than your head. The griffin has been pigeonholed by that sloop-jawed beast. The lurking insectoid looks shy and almost cute, but he's really a member of the local SWAT team. The pale Russian man lashed to the ceiling doesn't respond. You can't tell whether he's dead or alive. It looks like we're getting blood from his neck. That's what it looks like to me.
Right here.
You guys have theme nights?
Sure we do. Tonight's curse night.
So I discovered.
And whoever figures out the riddles on the blackboard gets cursed extra loudly by everybody else in the bar.
Oh yeah, I know how that goes.
We haven't started the riddles yet, though, and then on Mondays, there's the wet t-shirt contest night.
Some of these guys must look pretty ghastly in wet t-shirts.
Well, for dog's sake, we don't wear the t-shirts. Everybody brings in their favorite t-shirt. We dunk them in the sink, lay them out on the bar, and whichever one looks the best when it's wet wins. Is there some other way to do it?
Nah.
Right here.
You've known Fyodor for a
longer than I...
What happened when... I'm not...
And it's not...
Yes, I...
See?
Sorry.
In his frame...
You're keeping...
Well, I think we've expelled all the conversation pieces.
If you want to try and fix it, go ahead. Just don't take it out of the bar. I can sell it to one of the doctors around here for spare parts.
Casimir's place is more similar to Callahan's than it is different. Similar atmosphere. Prevails intolerance of other races. The tolerance is tentative sometimes, but overall, pretty remarkable nonetheless. You place the jukebox into the dumbwaiter and send it up. Up and up it goes, to the churning storm clouds overhead. It's alive. Slowly the jukebox descends from the roof.
It's alive! Alive!
Good Lord.
Spaffon.
You haul it out of the dumbwaiter and dust off some char off of it. Sure enough, it seems to be working. It's lit, and you can hear whirs and clicks inside. Inwardly, you feel some guilt. After all, maybe man shouldn't be playing with repairman with the primal forces of nature. Fixing things he doesn't understand and dying to say which appliances live and which die. Yeah, but what the hell, it's just a jukebox. Trying to lift with your knees, you hoist the jukebox up, tip it onto its stand. And as you can see, we have tons and tons of options here. We're going to play B17. With a brief hum and a series of clicks, the jukebox begins to play B17 as slime goes by. The moment the slime goes by starts to play, Piotr stumbles off his chair.
Didn't I say not to play that?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
You put your arm around him, but he shrugs it off.
I can walk myself.
You steer Piotr out.
I feel sick.
Do you have to throw up?
I don't know. My head hurts.
Let's get you home.
Piotr pulls his arm away from you, bringing you to the realization that you've been gripping him tightly for the past minute.
I don't want to go home. I'm not ready to go home.
Okay, want to see if we can sober you up?
He pauses for a moment, closes his eyes. A pained scowl crosses his face. You beat the pained scowl off and it flies into the night, hooting angrily. Piotr warily nods his head in answer to your question. Let's get some coffee for this guy. Ah, Sasha.
Piotr?
Piotr groggily takes a look at the woman sitting at the table. He squints at her, looks away, squints at her again. He takes a third look before his eyes get huge. Actually, his eyes stay the same size, but because he's looking particularly emaciated, they really appear to take up more of his face than usual.
Sasha?
How are you?
Same as ever.
I think I'll just step outside for a while.
Stay here, Jake. We just sat down. This is the woman I never told you about.
You must have.
I would have married this woman. Ziv and I both wanted to.
Piotr.
When she met me to tell me she'd picked Ziv, she had lines on her face.
I don't...
Lines from the bedclothes. From lying on the sheets with him.
I don't believe this.
She put her arms around me and called me sweetheart. But she smelled like him.
I'm just going...
You're drunk, you're being disgusting, and you're embarrassing everybody. I think you should leave. And if you won't leave, the least I think you could do is leave me alone.
Come on, Piotr, let's get out of here. I'm sorry, this was my mistake.
What the hell happened to you? You know?
Come on.
Encountering only a slight resistance, you manage to lead Piotr out of the door, handling him like handling a huge floppy marionette. His alcohol-oiled joints. You sit him down in a convenient barrel and manage to prop him up. After some balancing, you head back to Starbucks, offer a quick apology to Sasha, and leave with a cup of cafe au lait. This you proceed to pour down Piotr's throat, much to his dismay, but the caffeine and capuchin do their trick. And with 15 minutes, Piotr is looking and sounding noticeably better.
Is she still there?
I think so. But I wouldn't try to talk with her again just now.
Jake, I swear she's nothing like the woman I left here. I mean, completely different. She looked different, too.
Very severe.
I'll tell you something, she didn't used to have that Cindy Crawford thing going on with that mole on her face. We don't get cancer, otherwise I'd be worried.
What do you get?
Too much iron sometimes, a little vitamin A overdose.
Could it be a curse mark?
I know where her curse mark used to be.
That wasn't it?
No.
The two of you lurch out into the cream dimension.
What are you doing here?
Well, on nights like these, I can make more in town, and then I pass the savings on to you. It's just one more way I make it easy to shop the old gypsy woman way. Hello, Mr. Werewolf.
What if I knew somebody that might be under a curse of some sort? How would I tell this person's person how to tell what kind of curse it was?
I'm very sorry. You're gonna have to do better than that.
If I think somebody might be under a curse, how could I tell?
Oh, I don't know if that's something you could tell, honey. I could probably tell if I could see exactly what the mark looked like. But I guess you'd have to get your friend's Pison's Pison here.
Interesting. We'll work on that in the next video. Thanks for watching.